Jazz. This is a super slow-mo, I believe. I'm going to scroll up a little bit to get you out of the blocks. Here we go. Kind of a high swing here. Coming out. See how that leg kind of cycles over. And then it works back, but you're in the air, so you just don't get quite as much push. And this angle coming off is just not that low. That's a pretty high angle coming out. And then you kind of float it a little bit, float, float, float. And then the second step is a better push. The swing is no worse, that's for sure. And this is just a stronger step with about an equivalent angle. Working the shin back there. That's a real strong step right there. So really the worst step so far, and I'm going to play this in slow. Well, I can't play it too slow. I'll just play it regular. And you're going to see that really step one's the worst of all of them in terms of the movement. Let's watch that again. See how much you move between step 1, 2, and 3. That's floating. Now you're trying to push. Now you're pushing. Here's 4 on the ball of the foot. Here's 5, and it's getting longer. And 6 is controlled. That's a good step. 7, you're reaching, and you're going to hit it flat because you got the toe above the heel here. Yep, just about flat. And 8's a decent step. I wouldn't be too upset with the distance. I think that location is okay, except I'd like to see on the ball of the foot. So again, watch the length of these strides. Which ones are you getting longer and which ones are you kind of a little too easy? That's kind of an easy stride. That's trying to push. That pushes. That's controlled. That's a normal sprint stride. 6, 7 gets longer. So the key is make a few of the early ones stronger so you can control 7 and 8 to a degree. Flat foot contact through the hurdle, and you see how you're actually kind of tight to this hurdle. So there's space to give there. And you do hit it. So you're too close. And that's a good thing. That means you can cut down a little bit of this stuff and you can probably get there. There's the contact. It looks pretty much under the hips. Got that shin just about vertical there. Okay, here's the shin when it's got an angle. Now it's reaching out a little bit. Reaching out, trying to pull it back. And that's just dead tall. I'd like to see a little bit more forward angle at the torso. I'd like to see a little bit more angle at the shin. Ball of the foot. And now you have to reach. You've lost some momentum, so now you feel like you got to make up for that. So you reach that one to a flat foot. You reach this and just look at how this is going to hit the brakes here. How you're kind of sitting back behind this. Watch you going into this stride. How you're on top of it some, even though you end up reaching the foot. Look at the chest position here. And then see how you sit back a little bit more as you go into this stride. You're trying to launch yourself, and so you end up kind of under-rotated to this. And this is one of your better ones. I believe this was the last one. And then sprinting off the hurdle. See, this is what you look like when you sprint. And this is what you look like when you're trying to find distance to the hurdle.